interpret the relationship between the education and the diplomacy?
Well, education and diplomacy, I believe, is two things, and I can say it's a fusion things to take the world to sustainability. My name is Hugues Sanon. Well, I travel to many countries in the world, to the third world countries, so I've witnessed violation to education, violation to human rights, child trafficking, and I do understand if we really want to take the world to sustainability, we have to give priority to education, because education is the bridge to success, education is the bridge to sustainability, education is the bridge to a success, because if you not educate, you will not be able to know what is going on around you. You will not be able to know what's going on in other countries, so you know how to go about different things. So if you not educate well, you cannot even think about using diplomacy, because if you're not a well-educated diplomat, you will not be able to understand history. You will not be able to understand, geography. You will not be able to understand cultural diversity. You will not be able to understand South, West, what's going on in the Middle East, what's going on in Central America, in Northern America, in Africa. You will not be able. So I believe we have to give priority to education. We spend $1 trillion on chemical weapons. We spend $1 trillion on nonsense, and we invest less on education. That's why, because education is so powerful, I urge our leader to take the lead towards education, so we'll understand big data, because if we have understanding on big data on education, so we'll know exactly how to get great program. If we have big data on business, we'll know how to do trade accordingly. If we have big data on the economy, we'll know how to invest on infrastructure, road and stuff. That's why China is taking over the world, because China invests time, money and resources on education. That's why I'm here today, and I spend a lot of time listening to all these experts, all these educators that this movement bring together, because they believe on education. Because if you need to understand AI, if you need to understand business, if you need to understand anything in existence, you have to rely on education. So young people focus on education, and I sending a message to our leader, because there are places that I go, young girl 13, 14, they do not go to school. They stop them from going to school and they marry them. That's what we call child marriage. Many countries in the world, instead for them to invest on education, those young boys, young women, so they send them to war. They give them a weapon. They give them drugs, abuse. So that's why it takes time for the world to sustain. So please invest on education if you need to take the world to sustainability.
And I have one more question, that how do you see the roles does the government and also the college and the business play in the education area?
So you mean business leaders have to link with the government? Because the government, they're just making policies. The government making laws. The government just is the face. But if you're not sustained in terms of business, so you cannot have a great school. You cannot have a great college. So politicians have to understand they need to have a close friendship, close relationship with the business community, with investors, so they can build more school, they can invest in a very strong program, so we will have a strong education. So business, politics should fuse together to give education priority.
And there's another question that as the AI is rising, and how do you think we use AI as a tool to improving the education system?
I think AI
Yeah.
is the most important thing that ever come to existence. AI, if you're a business person, AI can help you to understand how to communicate business-wise with other business partners, how to make more money. If you are an educator, let's say that you overslept and you were going to talk about a subject and you didn't have time to prepare, you can just direct AI, ChatGPT, to help you to bring your subject to life. If you, for instance, AI, if you're somebody in terms of beauty, can show you, lead you on how to stay young, beautiful. If you are in wellness, AI will help you to know what to eat, what to drink, what needs to be done in order for you to stay in shape so you can continue your business. But what we need to understand, despite that AI is so strong, so powerful, AI cannot replace human being.
Yeah.
Because AI can renovate, AI can do so many things, but AI cannot think, AI cannot feel, AI cannot love. So we human are the main, innovator. We human are the main person that should lead AI. We need AI, but we should not let AI lead us. We should lead AI to the most structured way, the right way, to a positive way, so we can have sustainability and peace. So AI is positive. I love it. There's nothing wrong with AI, but prioritize value, human love, peace, sustainability, conscience. These values are greater than AI.
Now, how do you see the communication in the global education area?
Well, communication,
Yeah.
I think everything is important.
Yeah.
So when you put everything together, that's how you get sustainability. If I were not able to communicate well, I will not be able to be on your show, and then you asking any type of question that come to your mind and answer. So communication is the best way to express your feeling. Communication is the best way to understand human value and to communicate with them and to get them to the table of understanding, so we can have a fairer, a nicer, a much more structured world. So communication, you need to know how to communicate. If you're a business person, you need to know how to sell your business. If you're a doctor, you need to communicate well with your clients, so they know exactly the medicine that you're giving them, how they can use them. So if you have a teacher, you need to be able to communicate very well, so your student understand well, what you explain them. So in turn, it could serve them and serve, the future world, the future community. So
Yeah.
education, I believe you mix education, AI, diplomacy, I think you have sustainability. So education is top notch.